years, 20 years. And I think I met with the Afghan government here in the White House, in the Oval. I think they have the capacity to be able to sustain the government. There's going to have to be, down the road, more negotiations.
Tom O'Connor, he is a senior foreign policy writer for Newsweek magazine. Tom, thanks so much for coming in on the show and for your time. We heard there Joe Biden saying the pullout of U.S. troops in Afghanistan is on track and that he thinks the Afghan government can sustain itself without the U.S. forces there. What do you think? Is he right?
Well, I think there's two questions to that need to be answered. The first is that what will that Afghan government look like in the future? Because certainly a government that does not include Taliban influence or Taliban participation, or at least taking into account the Taliban's goals, is no longer a reality in Afghanistan. So that's the first question. The second question would be, how far is the Taliban willing to go? They've been playing down the prospects of a full-out civil war in the country, and certainly gaining ground is in their short-term interest, but their long-term interest would be stability. So I guess the question is how this will play out in the short term based on the actors on the ground.
Right. And do we know the details on how will U.S. protect its diplomatic presence in the country?
Well, again, I think that goes to the Taliban and their strategy right now. Now, obviously, they're making grounds across the country. They're taking province by province. But in order to win international legitimacy, they'll need to stir as little international controversy as possible. And that includes not only appeasing the U.S. to some degree, and Afghans themselves, of course, but also regional countries and their own diplomatic presences. We see Russia, Iran, China, all these countries, regional actors have a stake in the country. So the Taliban, I don't see them wanting to antagonize, especially the U.S., given the fact that the U.S. has made clear that it retains and reserves the right to wield military force within Afghanistan.
Okay, Tom, thanks so much for that. Tom O'Connor, they're a senior foreign policy writer for Newsweek. Thanks.